Kuhlwile Mthwakazi omuhle siyalamukela njalo kwesinye isiqephu sethu sezindaba kumsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio. Namhla kungumsombuluko zili-13 kuMabasa ngomnyaka ka-2026. Indaba lizethulelwa ngikhethiwe Chuma. Ake sikhangele kwesihamba phambili namhlanje kumsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio. uMatsibaba Beshanduko kanye loMuka bavakatshelwe iziphathamandla zebandla eliphikisayo entilongweni. uMnangagwa isinqumo sakhe sokuxotsha uMajome kasisebenzi kusho inhlanganiso ye-CDF. Asibambaneni izandla silungise lokho sokwephukile kusho uMongameli uChamisa. Nanzi indaba zethu ngokugcweleyo. Kulomthimba obuthunganyelwa ilabo ababengamalunga edale lephalamende abathi uGift Stalos Siziba kanye loFibion Munyarati Kufaha Kuthizwe abavakatshele entilongweni izolo ukuyabona labo abalwela amalungelo abantu abathi uMatsibaba Beshanduko kanye loThakunda Muka. Umhlonishwa uKufaha Kuthizwe uthi usiko lokubambana ngesikhathi sobunzima ukuze kulwisane lombuso odlakela lo okhona ezizalwaneni zeZimbabwe ngalesi sikhathi kumele uqhubekele phambili. Ukhuthaze izakhamizi zonke ukuba zinikeze usekelo kulabo abahlukumezekileyo ngokuhlukunyezwa langokuboshwa. Ake sizweni umhlonishwa uKufaha Kuthizwe khuluma.
Revolutionary greetings, Zimbabweans. Yesterday, the 12th of April, we had an opportunity to visit our incarcerated champions, the likes of Godfrey Karembere, Matsibaba Beshanduko. I was in the command of Honorable Stalos Siziba. Our comrades, our champions who are in detention are in high spirits. They still remain resolute to the fact that they remain in opposition of Agenda 2030. They are saying no to 2030 agenda. They are saying no to CAB 3. Our constitution is our birthright, so we remain resolute and unshaken by those unlawful detention, whether in detention or whether outside the custody, but they will remain resolute and we remain focused that we are hoping and praying that this constitution amendment will never see the light of the day. Hopefully, I find you will. All our champions are in good spirit. Thank you so much.
Inhlanganiso ye-Constitution Defenders Forum CDF isisole kakhulu ukukhishwa kamgcinisihlalo wenhlanganiso yeZimbabwe Human Rights Commission uJesse Majome esikhundleni sakhe. Lokho kwenziwe ngumongameli webandla lezanu PF lo busangodlakela uEmmerson Mnangagwa. Kunkulumo yabo abayethulileyo inhlanganiso ye-CDF ithi uMnangagwa ngalokho kukhona kusisekelo sombuso akalawo amandla okuba axoshe labo abangamakomishina. Ake sizweni.
The Constitution is supreme, and there's no reason whatsoever to panic to a stage where government can remove chairperson of a commission without explaining to the people, because when she was interviewed in the past, the whole nation believed she was one of the best, and all of a sudden the president has decided to reassign. To us, we don't call it a reassignment. To us, it is a demotion. So I'm going to ask the deputy spokesperson, Chieza, to go through the sections of the Constitution which have to be protected. And I'm sure after she has presented, if you have any questions, you'll ask those questions. But we are saying to the nation, we are saying to Zimbabwe, this is totally unacceptable. We will continue to make a lot of noise in the defense of the Constitution. Over to you, please.
So my name is Chieza Mlingwa and I'm the Deputy Spokesperson of the Constitution Defenders Forum. So as CDF, we strongly condemn the brazen and unconstitutional removal of the chairperson of the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission. In our view, this action constitutes a flagrant violation of the Constitution of Zimbabwe, which stands as a sacrosanct compact between the state and the people. For the avoidance of doubt, we would like to make it clear at this stage and point in time that the Constitution of Zimbabwe is the supreme law of the land, and any conduct or practice that is inconsistent with it is void ab initio. In other words, it is now and void and of no effect and can therefore not be enforced. It is ultra vires, meaning the decision or action taken goes above and beyond authority that is provided for either in any legislature or by the Constitution itself. In simple terms, the President has no justifiable legal basis to act in the manner in which he has done, and in fact, by purporting to unilaterally, capriciously, and arbitrarily remove the head of a Chapter 12 commission, the President exercised powers he does not even possess. We state this boldly because it is the Constitution and not CDF that states that the obligations imposed by the Constitution are binding on every person, including the head of state and government, and that is provided for in Section 2, subsection 2 of the Constitution. It is the Constitution again, and not CDF, that further stipulates that the President of this country must respect, protect, uphold, obey, and defend this Constitution as the supreme law of the nation, and must ensure that the Constitution and all other laws are faithfully observed, and thus provided for under Section 90, subsection 1 of the Constitution.
Umongameli webandla eliphikisayo umongameli Nelson Chamisa usememezele ukuba izakhamizi zonke kazibambane izandla ukuze balungise lokho sokwephukile elizweni kwezepolitiki ngempilo yabantu nje kanye lomkhonomi welizwe. Ephendula omunye wezakhamizi emakhasini awe-X okuxhumana, umongameli Chamisa uthi amandla angempela asebantwini labo abavotayo, hatshi iziphathamandla loba osopolitiki. Uye wathi akekho umesiya kwezepolitiki, wasememezela njalo ukuba abantu bamanyane ngesizathu sokuba zonke izizalwane zeZimbabwe zibhekane lombuso wodlakela ukuze unqotshwe. Izakhamizi seziqalile ukuqoqana ukuba zibhikishele ukutshintshwa kwesisekelo sombuso ngokwehlandla lesithathu. Omunye wabalwela amalungelo abantu owaziwa ngokuthi ngubheka impilo Mbezi usememezele ukuba izakhamizi kazihlalele kude zingahlanganyeli emcimbini wokuthakazelela ukuthola uzibuse welizwe ozabe ukhona ngoMgqibelo enkundleni eMaphisa esabelweni saseMatabeleland South. Uye wathi kakukho kumele abantu bakuthakazelele ngaphansi kohulumende wencindezelo owebandla leZANU-PF. Uye wasola njalo ukuba kungani ukuthakazelelwa kwaleli langa kuye kwenzelwa endaweni lapho kwabulawa khona abantu abaningi kakhulu ngesikhathi segugurawundi. Ake simzweni ekhuluma.
The other way of resisting this 2030 agenda is actually boycotting the planned independence celebration, which is going to take place at Maphisa. They underground, they are busy claiming that we are a happy society, whereas we are the most impoverished society. As I'm speaking in Maphisa, there we find children go to school from a distance of something like 10 kilometers or so when children want to go to the nearest school. We are talking about that at 2026. But that is where they want to claim that there is happiness. It's the same place where the people, the Matabeleland people were massacred during the Gugurawundi era by the 80s. They haven't accounted for those. Until today, they're still continuing victimizing fellow Zimbabweans for only speaking out about constitutionalism, for only speaking out for their rights. You get butchered, you get victimized. So fellow Zimbabweans, we are not free, we are not independent. How can we say we are independent when we import something from as little as toothpicks we import? How can we say we are independent when almost every day we are heading to South Africa to look for basic jobs? How can we say we are independent? So fellow Zimbabweans, boycott the 2026 18 April independence so-called celebration. There is no independence to celebrate. What will we be celebrating when we are people who are chased away from our country by a few individuals who are just greedy to want to remain to power? This is the same Mnangagwa wants to manipulate the constitution to make sure that he remains in power until 2030. He's manipulating the constitution in order to safeguard his looting system with his Chinese brothers and with other fellow Zimbabweans who are busy after abusing our rights. Fellow Zimbabweans, let's boycott the 2026 independence celebration. Let's boycott it. because it has no meaning in us. Our fathers went to war for basic things, jobs, for healthcare, for education. Where is it? There's nothing to show for it. So why go celebrate an independence at such a place? Why go celebrate a fake independence? ZANU-PF will never bring us any independence. They haven't brought us any independence. What they've brought us is more suffering, is more colonization in form of other fellow black men. Fellow Zimbabweans, let's resist the 2030 agenda. No to 2030 agenda. Boycott the 18 April 2026 celebrations at Mapisa. Boycott. Do not go there. Let them eat their meat and their chickens and their whatever. Do not attend. Why attend? No to 2030.
Umongameli webandla leZANU-PF Emmerson Mnangagwa uqhubekela phambili ngokutshintsha kanye lokuxotsha ikhabinethi yakhe ngemva kokuba etshintshe ubuthungameli benhlanganiso ye-Central Intelligence Organization CIO. NgoLwesihlanu Mnangagwa uye waxosha lo bengungqongqoshe ku-CIO uValton Mangwanya endaweni yakhe wafaka uPaul Chikawa lo obemela ilizwe laseZimbabwe kwele Cuba. Mnangagwa uye wehlukanisa njalo izingatsha i-Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Water, Fisheries and Rural Development zaba zingatsha ezimbili. Kugatsha olwehlukanisiweyo yilezi ezithi Ministry of Lands and Rural Development kanye lolu oluza kuthunganyelwa nguVangelis Haritos bese kusithi ugatsha lwe-Ministry of Agriculture, Mechanization and Water Resources Development luza kuthunganyelwa ngu-Anxious Masuka. Kusenjalo hlaziya ngezepolitiki uJefferson Chitando uthi inani elikhuphukayo lezingatsha kuhulumende liba ngumthwalo kulabo ababhadala imithelo. Uye wasola kakhulu Mnangagwa ngokwenzela izihlobo zakhe labangani bakhe umsebenzi. Uye wangezelela ngokuthi ikhabinethi enkulu ayidingeki elizweni lilomkhonomi ongamanga kuhle. Ake sizweni uChitando ekhuluma.
A big and bloated cabinet only means that the taxpayers are going to suffer more. Instead of appointing more ministers, Mnangagwa and his cabinet should be able to evaluate what they have been able to do to this country. There are no roads. Our hospitals do not have medicine. As we speak, our schools do not have textbooks or learning material and teaching material. This calls for the government to concentrate on service delivery, on concentrating on social services, on concentrating on job creation, on concentrating in developing this country. Instead, they are busy giving each other, awarding each other the biggest bootlegger, a good job. We should know that by appointing one minister, we are talking of an off-road vehicle which costs a lot of money. We talk of a state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz. We talk of bodyguards. We talk of garden boys. We talk of many other workers, which is all this being thrown on the head of the taxpayer. So we're saying, Mnangagwa, you have failed, and you should stop this.
Usodolobha wako-Bulawayo uDavid Coltart oliqwetha uthi uhulumende kalaso isizathu sokuba atshintshe isisekelo sombuso ngesizathu sokuba emandulo batshintsha isisekelo sombuso leso esenziwa eLancaster House. Ephendula usomlomo kahulumende uGeorge Charamba kunkulumo yakhe namhlanje phephandaba leHerald, uColtart uthi vele kakuqondanga ukuba isisekelo sombuso somnyaka ka-2013 siqathaniswe laleso esenziwa eLancaster House. Uye wathi isisekelo sombuso somnyaka ka-2013 savotelwa ngabantu abedlula 90 ekhulwini, kanti njalo nxa kumele sitshintshwe kumele kuyiwe ku-referendum. Uhulumende uthi usaphenyisisa ukuba kungani imali zenhlanganiso ye-BEAM zingakabhadalwa ezikolweni. Uye wathi njalo izikolo kakumelanga zixoshe izifundi ezingaphansi kwenhlelo ze-BEAM. Umsekeli kanobhala jikelele wenhlanganiso ye-ACHOS uMnyaradzi Masiyiwa uthi kuyethusa ukuba uhulumende ulokhu engakakhuphi izimali zokuba kubhadalwe i-BEAM yiloba sokwedlule iminyaka emibili, kanti njalo uhulumende ofanayo uhaza imali ethenga izimota lokunika abantu nje. Ake sizweni Masiyiwa ekhuluma.
There is absolutely nothing to be investigated here. The system is very clear. The system has been abusing funds meant for education from time to time. At some point, they used the BEAM funds to fund a SADC program, which was absolutely shocking. You now realize that the government pretend to be making some efforts in trying to find out what's stopping the disbursement of BEAM funds. But to be frank, the government has been abusing these funds from time to time. It is the mandate of the government to fund education, and they know that it is clear. There is no need to issue statements stopping headmasters from turning away learners from school. A statement should be just clear that the government is funding education, and it should be followed by a reality. It should be followed by funding. In fact, the government must just fund education without issuing these funny and very long statements. We appeal to the government to do the honest thing and provide per capita grant. We have realized that this BEAM program has failed from time to time. It has been abused by different individuals along the channel. So it is our appeal, our honest appeal, that indeed we look forward to an era where the government will be funding education without compromise.
Owayelikhansila e-Epworth kuWard 6 uNoboti Makoni usewaphawula ngokuhlaselwa kwakhe ngoMgqibelo eMathathakusa ngabantu abacatshangelwa ukuba balwisana laye ngezepolitiki. uMakoni uthi wahlaselwa ngamadoda ayisikhombisa ngesikhathi esehla emoteni abeyiqhashile ukuba yemshiya duze lasemzini wakhe e-Epworth. Ngesikhathi ezivikela uMakoni kubikwa walahlekelwa ngenye yengxenye yendlebe yakhe esandleni sokudla. Kubikwa labo abantu abalwisana laye ngezepolitiki yibo ababulala indodana yakhe leminyaka engama-22 kunyanga ephelileyo, kanti yawatholakala efile njalo elengiswe esihlahleni. Ake sizwe okuningi kuvela kuye uMakoni.
Journalist, ndiri kuti inini ndakapedza kuona bhora remadhidhi kumatuwani, saka ndibva ndabuda kuenda kumba. Ndakatora taxi, ndasvika ndobva ndadzika kumberi kwangu ndakaona kune vakomana 3 vadanisa pakati. Ndobva ndabackpedala 3 steps, ndichingo backpedala ndichicheuka kubva ndanoseri kwangu kwane 4-1. Ndokubva ndatojaini anga aripo akada kundibata uruweki, vadandibata mutsipa, bva ndaramba, vazongondibata ruoko, kubva tapushana. Muhwani wacho bva manya kundibata makumbo kuti ndidone pasi, ndiye wandakazobata pauru, ndichibva ndadonha naye, chibva ndangomuruma pauru. Ndiye akazoudza vanhu kuti vakomana, siyai munhu anondiuraya, akandiruma pauru. Saka pakadaro ndopandakabva ndarohwa nechinhu handizoti chii, wiponi handitoizivi. Saka ndo yakatsemura nzeve kudai. Saka ndo zvinhu zvakaitika general. Police report ndaisa izvozvizvi. Ndine mukomana 1 wandiri kufungidzira pa7 iwawawo. Ndine 1 wandiri kufungidzira, saka ndo zviripo. Saka chikundinetsa ndechekuti nhasi pamba chitsanangurwa kuti pane vanhu vaitotaura nenyaya yangu nezuro but pabhawa, asi waitaura nezvematongerwo enyika ndo nyaya yanga ichitaurwa iyoyo. Saka ameno kuti zvakalainana here, asi ndakatoponderwa mwana ane 32 years aane mwedzi ari pasi. Vakamutora mumba vakamuuraya, vakamusungirira pakamuti kadiki, ndikangonyarara. Pakasvika pamba waitsvaga inini, asi vakandishaya bhozi ini handichagari pamba. Saka apa ndakazowandirwa, ndo pandinodzikira taxi. Handiti vanhu vadzive pandinogara, bhozi ndopinda usiku ndobuda usiku. Ndo zviripo general.
Ngomgqibelo odlulileyo, idolobho laseHarare liye ladiliza izakhiwo zikalo olikhansila kuWard 16 uDanford Ngatsiore endaweni yokuthenga ezitolo eMulbarren Shopping Centre kwele Harare. Isakhiwo lesi besihlose ukuba sibe indawo yokuthengisela abantu abahlala endaweni leyo. Omunye usaziwayo kwezokuthengiselana Obed Masaraure uthi yizakhamizi eziza kudubeka ngenxa yokulwa lokhu. Uye wathi akuzukumangaza ukuba kubonakale abantu bebandla elibusayo bethatha lezo ndawo bezisebenzisa khona maduze. Ake sizweni uMasaraure ekhuluma.
Yeah, so on the Mulbarren crisis, we took time to try to investigate and find the reasons why people were against that building. Some people were against that building. One, we were told that it was an illegal structure, it was not approved. Secondly, we were told that it was a substandard structure. Thirdly, we were told that Danford Ngatsiore needed to benefit from that particular structure. But one further investigation on legality, we are saying the legality filter in Zimbabwe seems to only allow the rich and those who are loyal to the ruling party to pass through. The poor and those who are viewed as enemies are not allowed to have any structure legally. You look at the various shops, we have a structure that is operating there, run by officials that are not for the ruling party. It has never been deemed to be legal. You go to areas like Arlington, when ordinary people wanted to build houses, those houses were said to be legal and they were destroyed. But when the rich came and wanted to construct their houses, it was approved. The fact that was closer to the airport was no longer an issue. So the issue of the legality filter seems to be designed to block the poor from owning or appropriating spaces in the city. But also further, it is also meant to create our land to become a political commodity, so that the land is weaponized to try to buy loyalty from people. But also the issue then to say this facility was substandard. We look at the structure; it was not substandard in any way. But those who insist on the aesthetics of modernity, they are also confirming that only the rich are allowed to build, because it is only the rich who can afford the best aesthetics of modernity. But another accusation that Danford Ngatsiore wanted to benefit, we found that it was a nullity, because that structure was said to be donated to council according to council papers that are available. And when something is now council property, the people who occupy paying rentals to council are the owners. We have people who live in council-owned houses. These are now more like their houses. So this is why we are saying this was going to benefit from the poor. But unfortunately, now that the PR campaign was run, and then there was a lot of misinformation. Now what follows is that space is likely going to be occupied by big capital or by the functionaries of the ruling elite. And then at the end of the day, the poor are forced to still sell in the pavement, which is unfortunate. We still insist that the poor have the right to the city. We have the right to appropriate space for our own use. We have the right to make decisions for the city. And when we say we want to appropriate space, we believe that we are making use value of the space, not to go for those who want to get the exchange value of the set, those who want to rent stick, and those who want to sell it to weaponize it for political gain.
Umongameli uChamisa ulahlekelwe ngugogo wakhe ugogo uMasasire Berekaivo. Ubhubhe namhlanje ekuseni emzini wakhe eMupamaonde village kuWard 19 esabelweni saseBhikita. Ubeleminyaka engama-90 uza kubekwa emzini wakhe eBhikita ngoLwesithathu mhla zili-15 kuMabasa ngawunalo umnyaka. Sithi umphefumulo wakhe kawulale ngokuthula. Kwezemidlalo, emidlalweni yeKaslilaka Premier Soccer League, iDynamos ibengujikelo bhanqa le-FC Platinum ukuze baqhubekele phambili ngemidlalo yabo bengakanqotshwa kuyona leyi season. Nansi eminye imiphumela yemidlalo edlalwe ngempelaviki. Highlanders 0, ZPC Kariba 0, Manica Diamonds 1, Herentals 2, Hunters 1, Caps United 1, Till 1-0, Chicken Inn 2, Bulawayo Chiefs 0, Scotland 0, Ngezi Platinum 1, Triangle 1, Hard Rock 1, Akama 0. Kumidlalo ye-English Premier League, iManchester City iye yanqoba iChelsea 3-0 izolo emidlalweni lapho wenze bakhuphuka amaphuzu ayisithupha kulabo abe-Arsenal. Nansi eminye imiphumela yemidlalo edlaliweyo. Arsenal 1, Bournemouth 2, Nottingham Forest 1, Aston Villa 1, Sunderland 1, Tottenham Hotspurs 0, West Ham 4, Wolves 0, Brentford 2, Everton 2, Burnley 0, Brighton 2, Liverpool 2, Fulham 0, Crystal Palace 2, Newcastle 1.